as they take all 3 points. This was easy, Stevie.
I was watching the game and I'm thinking, this is how it's supposed to be at Anfield.
Right.
This is what used to happen on a regular basis. Teams like Aston Villa would turn up and within 5 or 10 minutes you knew what was going to happen. And that's pretty much it. I'd have to say though that the tactical genius that everybody tells me that Unai Emery is, I thought he got it so badly wrong. You saw from the Núñez goal, you try to play a high line, which is fine, but if you don't have anybody closing the ball, you can't do it. It's been the same 100 years ago as it was today. You can't. That is absolute suicide. Is what it is. And so they got exactly pretty much what they deserved, and that was nothing.
And he tried to play Konza, who's been a excellent centre-back. He tried to play him further on the right early on and pushed a full-back in Matty Cash, who's very fast. He tried to push him on to Andy Robertson. It was almost like he was trying to negate the full-backs getting forward, but it left so much space in behind. And Villa, in some sense, they were completely outplayed, and I don't think the result was going to be in doubt. But you got to feel from they lose Mings at Newcastle, they've lost Bundia, and now they lost Carlos, whatever his name is, can't remember. The other centre half they lost. Those are big players. Diego Carlos. They've lost some big players. They did have a couple of half chances, particularly early on in the first half when Bailey came on. McGinn had a half chance, but this was more like Liverpool. I mean, Alexander-Arnold had that ball on all day over the top of the full-backs. Yeah. Whenever he came in and picked it up, Salah made a couple of great runs, actually, that he never picked out. And McAllister, as every game goes by, he looks more comfortable. And Szoboszlai is just a well-oiled machine, isn't he?
A proper player, isn't he?
I got to say, I know, and I know I do particularly give Alexander-Arnold some stick about his defending. But I tell you what, there was like 3 passes today he played.
Yeah.
I was just sitting. I was sat in front of the telly clapping.
Oh, were you?
You spilled your beans.
You can't have been out of bed for that game.
Oh, I was watching it in bed.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nadim, Liverpool looking good.
Yeah, they are looking good. What a difference a week makes. I think that first 20 minutes at Newcastle last week, I was thinking, wow, this is not going well at all. Then they go down to 10 men. I'm not expecting them to lose. They finished the game on a high with Núñez coming on, making a big difference. And then next thing, the week after, in theory, what should be a tough game against Villa, they gave Villa the full Anfield experience. I think I love the aggression, the nature of some of the performances, the fact they were trying to stretch the game. And 3-0, like a comfortable game against Villa isn't something I anticipate at all. So credit to them. Obviously, there's that issue with Alexander-Arnold's injury now, but yeah, it looks like Liverpool are back.
What do we give Núñez out of 10 today?
I thought he was outstanding, and I am not a Darwin Núñez fan by any stretch, but I thought
maybe he could have got a hat-trick, Shaq.
I tell you what was the most impressive thing for me with Darwin Núñez, and which clearly he's added to his game. His control in his finishing.
He could have had a hat-trick.
He is yeah. What I'm saying is, I think he's improved so much from last year. Just in his composure in the box, his control, how technically. Yes, he could have had a hat-trick, Dan. Yes, he could, and I think that's testament to him. I think he's been playing.
But it's not just that.
You're worse than the guy that was commentating the day. All he kept saying every time Núñez did something was, well, he got 16 goals last year, but he could have had more. And is this what Núñez have we got this week? Is it going to be the Núñez of last week? I'm like, leave the guy alone.
Well, you're shouting for your bed.
Seriously, I felt like smashing the telly. Every 5 minutes he was criticising Núñez. Leave the guy alone.
Right.
He's got 2 assists today.
I thought it was good.
That doesn't count.
I thought it was really, really
Then
good.
you start on Xhaka.
No, I'm just saying.
You have to be careful with your bedpan.
I think it is.
But you know, the one... listen. That's what you see is what you get with him. It's getting away from this false 9, which they did with Gakpo, even last year, and Roberto Firmino to an extent, who used to drop a bit deeper. Sometimes centre-backs will just let him pass on to the midfield. He's not going to do that so much. So even when he's not scoring, he's a complete nuisance and threat to the centre-backs with his movement and his pace and his physicality. And yeah, I just think when you've got that kind of player that you can chip it over the top and he's probably going to outpace a defender, that's a good thing to have.
He gets the crowd going as well. Every time he's involved, the crowd get up.
Yeah. How would you assess Salah today? Obviously, we talked about him a lot.
I thought you saw exactly what Salah is today. He scores his goal, stands on it a couple of times, gives it away a couple of times. I mean, just what he does.
Yeah.
Just what he was. Just exactly what he is.
Do you think he'll stay?
I do.
Well, that was a big.
I do.
Well, you're going back next week, so can you find out?
Yes.
Yeah,
Get your
I'll
speak
tell
to
you
your sources.
You got around
Well, I'm actually going to training ground when I land, so I'll go and ask Klopp.
Are you going to the
say,
training
hey,
ground,
You're going to let
Steve?
him go or what?
Are you going
You've
to
been
training
quite
ground?
critical of Liverpool quite a lot. Very